Welcome to Sciamma. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
I've been handed this. Kind of enjoy it. This is my first Valentine's Day. You're all basically my Valentines. In France, it's not a big thing, and I discovered I was on the plane and the pilot said, "Happy Valentine's Day." Like, this is a true holiday. So we have goodies for you.
Woo!
First, we have a conversation. Yeah.
You've been on this press tour for like 7 months, man.
Yeah.
And Céline the Machine. You're like, what are you gonna do after this is over? You wanna go to Disney World or something like that?
You know, now I'm dreaming in English. My dreams are in English.
So you're just getting used, you're gonna move here now?
I don't know.
Thinking about it?
I
The
mean-
smile's big. Thinking about it.
I really enjoyed it, and I'm mostly also because, it was important for me to have a conversation, a serious conversation, an emotional conversation around the film, and I've had it here, so it's important for me, really.
That's what's up. We love the film here. At least I do, as you can tell. I wanted to start asking a little bit about your filmography, because throughout your filmography, I've noticed that some of the names are similar. Marianne, you have Marie from Water Lilies, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Marianne?
Yep.
And Girlhood, I'm so sorry, I butchered that. Is that a coincidence, or is that?
It's definitely a choice. That all my characters would have kind of the same name, but not quite the same, except for Tomboy, whose main character is named Laure, and actually this, because I never studied this, but this is like the end of the tour, it's emotional Q&A. It's the name of my brother, but in a female way. Otherwise, yeah, it's always, and I'm kind of thinking about my next film, and it's kind of a new Marion, Marianne. It's yeah, I like to think it's the way also that the film hold hands, it's kind of the way that the film share friendship.
Speaking of like the way your films hold hands, I noticed like it seems like you have an affinity for the elements. This is Where's Your Lady on Fire, and you have Water Lilies. Are we getting like an Earth title? Air in the title next?
Well, you're good, by the way, because when I started thinking about my fourth film, knowing it was kind of a departure from the first one that I consider a trilogy, coming of age story, I thought, okay, I want a rupture, I want something that's different, but also I want kind of a secret link to this, because you need fuel to keep you going on, even if you're trying to depart from your comfort zone. And I was like, Waterley's element is, I was like, that's a trilogy, what is fourth? What would be the fourth thing? Element. So I'm like, okay, Waterley's is water. Tomboy is air. It begins with the hand of a child, basically playing with air. Girlhood was ground, earth. And I thought, oh, there's fire. I'm gonna make a film about fire.
So you got any other concepts you're going through next? Like
What's
numbers?
fifth?
letters?
Help me out.
So I guess my next question is, how did you come up with the idea for this movie, particularly the circumstances of the two protagonists, with Heloise being a nun or a former nun and Marianne being a painter, an artist? Because it could have just been two rich chicks in love, and you gave it sort of some depth, and I'm just wondering where that came from.
Well, it came from this whole political project also that is actually caring about the characters, even though they're women. And so, because usually we're used to women, we're just used to woman character. And like, because it would be in the past, you would have an even greater alibi, because women had very few opportunity, to actually just consider them as like two girls in Versailles, or two girls in, and we're not doing that. They're not just girls, they have like a background, they have like a sociology, and they're trying to, even though there are few opportunities for them, they're trying to do a lot for themselves. So those two characters, yeah, all women have had those kind of stories. It's just that they're not told. And I really wanted to show women artists at work, and also to show even just this aristocratic woman. Like, she's very emblematic of the opportunities that they had at the time. They basically all went to convent to get an education, and then like, and if there were like two sisters, like one of them would get married and the other one would basically stay in convent. So it was a way to be actually to care and to take seriously those destinies of women from the past, that they actually had like context, and even though they had no choice, they still had to go through some shit. And
Right.
that's better thought about this.
Right. And so you have Marianne and the Heloise, but I want to talk about Sophie for a little bit, because Sophie is kind of like the real MVP. But, okay, so raise your hand if you think Sophie knew about what was going on between the two of them.
That's a good survey.
And I'm wondering, when you started writing this project, how did you figure out how this third person was going to connect with this dynamic between these two women? Because Sophie receives a different type of love within the film. And so was Sophie always a character that you had on your mind as well? Did she come later?
No, she was definitely part of the whole concept from the origin. And because I wanted to talk about friendship also, and friendship also between the two lovers, and how they would share their friendship with another woman, and also talk embody sorority, give it depth, give it like an organic thing, like give some room to this, like share this experience on the screen. Like, for instance, like this take where the three women are in the kitchen, which is like this very simple frame, just silence, and they're just going through their activities, even though they are subversive activities, because the aristocratic woman is working while the maid is doing embroidery. And this scene, for instance, was one of the scenes that I was the most excited about, and that I had in mind even before I had the whole plot of the film. It was one of the compass of the film. So Sophie's character, basically, I tried to was at the origin of the thing, and I really tried not to build this character as the servant character. With this question, like, does she know? Is she an antagonist? Is she okay with this? Is she listening to the door? She's not even there as an extra, you never see her with the contents, for instance. Valeria Golino, she's not here with it, trying to, bringing glass or whatever. She's only in the frame when she has something to say and a goal for herself, something to do. And so that's a weird thing to do, because you have to resist the fact that you can say, okay, she has disappeared for 20 minutes, and suddenly she's here. You don't even know if she knows or she don't. And that was basically the whole project with the writing of this film, and also it's about resisting this classic storytelling. What do you do with characters like, and be uncompromising about it, because people will tell you, oh, where is she, and what is she doing, and what is she thinking, and I don't care. Because, it would make less of a character, actually, if you would answer those questions in the right timing. You would share less of her experience, and that's what I was trying to do, to put only subjects on screen, so the characters would be there if you share the experience.
I remember just quick thing. I remember when I saw when you was in France, they were like, "How did she get pregnant?" And I'm like, oh, "Wait, what?" People get pregnant. Why do you? Anyway, when you talk about like the three of them in the one frame, can you talk a little bit about the blocking and the staging of the film, of the characters? Because when the three of them are together, there's so many layers and levels that are there. Was that deliberate? Did you storyboard at all? How did you?
Well, I don't know if storyboarding is drawing the film. I didn't do that. But for me, the writing is complete when I'm I have like, it's not about having the mood board of the visuals, I don't have that. It's just like, if there's a strong idea of, I never know that word in English, and it's been a 7 month tour, so maybe it doesn't exist. Help me out here. Mise en scène, staging. A strong idea for that. For instance, I'm trying not to cover myself with the beginning and the endings of the scene. Like, for instance, when Marianne at the beginning is like discovering a whole room and she sees the painting without a face, then there's a cut when you see like little feet and the green dress. This is like written, and this is, so if that's storyboarding, yes I do. But I tend to, there must be those kind of a craving for visual or an idea or a cut or a sound, so that it's not just the idea of a scene or the words, and we'll see that on set. I'm not, chemistry for instance, I'm like, oh, they have such chemistry, yeah, that's job, that's hard job. It's their job, it's my job, it's also writing, and it's then melody, rhythm, that's what you create on the set. You don't create chemistry like, oh, were they enjoying this? No. I mean, of course we were all enjoying this, but as you were, it's like, it's ideas, we're all sheltered by these ideas that we built together, and then, so there's strong ideas for something that has to do with staging and mise en scène, but then every night before shooting, I reconsider it, and mostly as the shooting and as the day go by, like the grammar of the film, the language of the film, rather than the visual, I must say, the language of the film, we speak more and more, and so we can be more bold and more radical with this idea. So it's not about changing them, it's about being more and more radical and unapologetic about them, and taking more and more risk. For instance, the scene where Sophie hangs on this, you don't see what it is, but like thing, and then they have a talk about like, have you ever been in love? This actually is a very long scene, and it should be like edited a lot, because this idea that somebody would be hanging there and you would just go whoop, and you do something else is weird. That's not something that but like, this was very late in the shooting. I think we were already like, we had a lot of things, was like day 25 or something like that, and I was like, this has to be a long take. I think this has to be like a track shot, and it's weird, but it should, and it's going to be difficult because there's a lot of things involved, and that's the kind of radicality that you have to actually go through as your language is more and more, you speak more and more the language of the film, but still during the process of writing you have to be very accurate, very radical, and at least theoretically about that language, and then be an athlete with that language, basically.
Thank you for that, I appreciate it. And speaking of radical, the female gaze, you knew that was gonna come up.
That was big news. I've been saying that word a lot.
So Hollywood is sort of, especially Hollywood is sort of abuzz with the term female gaze, as if they're discovering something new. It's not new. But how did you incorporate what that was going to look like for you and for the film into the script, into the visuals, and do you think there's a way to actually make the female gaze stick? Because a lot of times people, they watch films and they don't know what they're looking at. Quick example is the new film Birds of Prey. Men were, I guess, upset there wasn't enough clothing, and oh, they're not sexy enough or whatever, but really she's wearing less in this film than she was in Suicide Squad. So just like things like that, I'm just curious to know what that means for you and how you incorporate it into film.
Well, I think, female gaze is not about the visual. I think we're looking at a very narrow way if we're looking at that. And I think that's, like, for instance, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when like Brad Pitt takes his shirt off on that roof, I wish that film on the plane. I want this to be really clear. I haven't ended yet, you know. I'm gonna watch the last scene. I'm go back tomorrow. Going all the way with this. And when Brad Pitt did his shirt up on the roof, everybody's like, oh, that's female gaze. Because female gaze would be objectifying a man. So we're mistaking like skin, showing sex scenes, like with male gaze and female gaze. It's not about that. It's not about visual, it's about the power dynamics. So mostly I think it has to do with the storytelling. And if it's this idea that it's about, yeah, are you going to show nudity or not, that would be, like this, make it all moral. I think it has to do with ethics rather than moral, regarding also the power dynamic how do you work. But mostly I think the female gaze of the film has to do with the new power dynamic that is just on screen. So female gaze has a lot to do with the relationship with Sophie, for instance. And how do you depart from convention? Because cinema is built around male gaze. It's the art of male gaze, and it's a very democratic one. That's why it's the art of male gaze, or the opposite. I don't know, both. And so I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost here. So it's mostly about deconstructing that. And so it means departing from convention. Basically, male gaze is convention, because it's a convention to look at women's ass and women's body and not considering them as character. That's a lot of what we've seen, and sometimes it's really exciting, you know. So it means like, I think we all know how to write conflict. We all know, and we feel like we're writing when we're doing this, and that's the danger. Like, I feel like I'm doing cinema when I'm writing a scene where there's a conflict and a strong bargain, and so it means you have to resist that and to believe, and kind of being kind of lonely with it, that you can get tension out of something else. And that's the hardest part, I think. So I think female gaze should really start, you know, it's like, it starts with you being alone in your room in what you're writing. Is that an answer?
We got time for like 2 questions, maybe.
And then I have cutie pies.
Right in the front.
Okay, so I guess, so I know this film stars and has a crew of pretty much exclusively women, which is really unusual, unfortunately. What were some of the greatest joys of working with that dynamic during the process and then kind of everything after that as well?
Well, sorry, I didn't get the tension in your question.
So because you worked mostly exclusively with women on this film, cast and crew, what are some of the greatest joys of that dynamic?
Oh.
All of them.
You know what, I think I'm privileged enough to choose who I work with, and also basically that's how I live my life. So, and you know when they talk about utopia, and sometimes I'm being told like, oh, this island like would be like Wonder Woman Island, it's an utopia. No. Yeah. But utopias are utopias, they're not ideas. Like, I live this utopia. I mostly live among women. And it's possible. Like, and dystopia, they exist too, you know. Like, there are places where, like, there are places where those, I don't know, like, there are villages where ecology is central, you know. It does exist, you know. Our utopias, they are based on our experience, and not like imaginary world. So I don't know about how do people do, and I hope they're living their utopia, even if they're malnourished, you know. There surely must be the case. It's just not, I mean, politics are just not ideas, it's places, it's feelings, it's friendship, it's love, it's sex, it's whatever, and sometimes you're lucky enough, also aging, lucky enough to actually like choose to live in those places and to live fully. And that's a, that's a
Right in the back.
Hi, my name's Megan. I just wanted to start by saying like this is a film that's really like holds a special place in my heart. Like this is my third time seeing it with Angelika and like my second time with my girlfriend.
Woo!
You know, it's really bad.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask because one of my favorite things about your films like this and Girlhood is your writing. Like you write dialogue so naturally. Like you convey like in Girlhood, you know, youth and like wanting independence so raw and naturally, and here you convey, you know, the timidness and like reluctantness that you feel in love and like the struggles with that. And I want to ask us, you know, like a woman and like a member of the LGBT community, like an aspiring filmmaker, like what's your process when you're writing and like your process with directing and like what advice you would have?
That's enough. That's another question. I'm gonna try to answer to you going through this idea of the dialogues. I think I try to create a dynamic where, once more, not relying on conflict. For instance, like there's no, even when you have an argument, they're both being clever, and I'm trying to just have people talk like they were really good conversation and not trying to win some kind of battle. So I always come back to this dynamic of conflict, good dialogue, like a good scene would be a good bargain between two people. If you really try to, and try to make them honest and to say what they feel and think and be very smart people, also thinking, because you're not crafting a world for yourself, you know, I'm crafting a world for you. So also, and that would be my advice maybe, thinking that like you're all the most intelligent people. Like I'm always trying to, I really think that, otherwise I won't do film. And but it's kind of a subversive idea, because we keep being told like, oh, the audience has to understand, you know, has to enjoy, you have to have this kind of emotional ride. And I feel, and like cinema has to be like entertaining because people they have to escape from their lives, and I find that like terrible idea, because I think people who go to cinema, they have ambition for their lives. They're not trying to escape shitty lives or whatever. They are taking the risk to fall in love with people who don't exist. To speak a language they don't know, like especially for a foreign language film, but also just the language of a film. It's not about the language they speak. I'm going Bong Joon-ho all the way. That's my man. Leading the way. No, but I mean, it's like taking a risk of I'm taking a risk. I'm being kind of naked when I'm doing this, but you're also taking a risk of getting in a room, and you're paying for this. I hate this idea that cinema should be something that would escape, that would make you escape from one kind of reality. I think it puts you in a position where you're ambitious for yourself, and ambitious also as a collective, because you're all in this theater. And my advice would be to think, build your film as a language you would want a group of people to speak and to understand, and believe that their brains, that the cinema is ideas, believe that the pleasure is going to be that, it's going to be like sharing this language, this intelligence, and relying on that. So that would be my advice, because I think it's an advice we've never given. Almost,
All
My
right.
answers are very long, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much, because it's the whole movie, it's like a paint itself. So I'm really impressed, because I'm an art lover, so I'm always in museums and that kind of stuff. So I feel it's so close to me, and it was very meaningful. So first, thank you for that. And the second is, which is the best advice that you can give for a young filmmaker?
I just did.
Yes, but I want you to say, to just look into my eyes, just so.
And we can also have a moment.
I love moments too.
Yeah. Also, I'm very bad at giving advice in this country because it's like I come from a very privileged industry that doesn't work at all like yours. We have like public support. I mean, a lot of money. Like we're making 50 per film a year. We have 25% women director, which is low. Let's not clap about this. And the figures are steady for 30 years, and I'm glad you're not clapping. You're right. As I thought. So yeah, no, I'm not going to repeat myself, but I can look at you and say, unapologetic. Be radical, because being radical is being generous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You were in Cannes, you were there at the beginning, and I thank you very much.
Oh, snap. Thank
Thank
you.
you.